There he is. Oh, got this fish on camera missing it. So then I spot locked and threw back at him. Not a giant, but there we go. First one on the power jerk shad up here in shallow water. Getting fish in these reeds, so just saw this guy out there. So not a giant. Again, it's just fun, guys. I get it. These aren't monster fish. You know, you're not going to win a tournament up here so far, but just awesome to get out here on a really windy day when not really anybody else is out here fishing. Brand new area on Lake St. Clair. Never fished before. Talked to Dylan from Extreme Outdoorsman. He's never fished this area either. It's not a secret spot by any stretch of the imagination, but just fun to get in here and catch largemouth and smallmouth the way that I do up in northern Michigan. So yeah, we'll see if we can't get a few more. All right, so the wind's dying down a little bit and I'm getting into some thicker reeds. So what I did is I tied on the Berkley jerk shad, the pink jerk shad with the 3/0 offset vector EW3, or it's a 3/0 EWG offset vector hook with, I think this is 30-pound Beyond braid. And the reason why I'm using it now is because it's like a subsurface bait. I mean, you guys have seen me use this bait for a long time now. And these reeds are a little bit thicker. It looks like it's a little bit harder to get the bladed jig through. So just wanted to give this thing a try. So far I've caught one fish on it and I've had about 3 or 4 chase it. It's just a fun bite. You can see him wake it and push water behind it. And even the little ones are fun, but it's just a really cool way to catch these bass. I don't know if it's, like I said, water's only 60, 61 degrees. I don't think it's frog water just yet. Can't believe how cold this water really is this time of year, but you know, I could throw the pink frog. I got the pink lemonade frog on, but I don't know. I just think that this little bit more finesse presentation in here. Maybe I should throw the frog, but I don't know. It's fun to watch these fish push this bait, push water behind it. So we'll just keep throwing this bait and see if we can't find a few more. We got a couple spots I want to go check out. Dylan sent me a spot he wants me to go check out where him and his dad have freight trained some big largemouth, so might be a little bit more out of the wind. But yeah, so far it's been a good morning. Got 11, I think 11 or 12 so far. We'll just keep plucking away, and you know, that's really what I want to do. Is I want to show you guys that there are alternatives out here on Lake St. Clair. You know, when it's really, really windy, like I said, there's whitecaps out there. It's supposed to be blowing 15 to 20 miles an hour to the northeast this afternoon, and it's probably blowing 10 to 12, maybe even 15, and it's probably really, really hard to fish the main lake. So if you're making a trip out here or wherever you're coming from to fish Lake St. Clair and you want to get on some fish, I mean, again, you're not going to win a tournament up in here, but if you want to get on some fish and kind of do it a little bit different way, you know, fishing some different kind of baits, don't be afraid to sneak up in here in these shallow reeds and just cast around. You never know what you're going to find. Like I said, I've never been here before. Dylan's never fished here before. It's just really fun to get out here and kind of explore new areas on lakes that we've fished over the last couple of years. And you know, probably looking at the wind forecast, most people might not be fishing today. But you know, here we are out here in these reeds catching smallmouth and largemouth and some pike, and you know, having a good day. So that's what it's all about. It's not always about catching the big ones. We might catch some big ones though. Just like that. Man, that's a fun bite. Oh, I love catching these guys like that. Again, not a giant, but just smoked that thing right there in the corner of the mouth. I'll tell you, I've started using these vector hooks last 2 years and been very, very impressed with them so far. They are definitely sticky. Look at that. He was barely hooked, but he stayed on there. So he'll click. Number 12. There's another one. Oh. Man, I absolutely love that bite. And I know, I get it, guys. Like, I'm sure the bass can't see pink, Trust me, I've heard it a lot from a lot of people, but I can really see this bait in the water really well. Maybe it's just me, something about my eyes. I can just key in on pink, but I can really see this bait in the water really well, this color. So I'm gonna keep using it. And the bass seem to like it. So yeah, keep throwing it. Man, it's just such a fun bite. You gotta try this. It's so cool to watch them wake the bait and push it. And I mean, I don't want to say your hookup ratio is like a frog, but just because of the cover you're fishing, it's tough. That's why I'm using heavy braid, 3/0 EWG hook offset, pretty heavy rod, a Boo Garcia. This is the Virtus rod. It's a 7'6" medium heavy with the Revo Beast X reel on it. So that way I can kind of winch these fish out of here. I've been playing with this fluke, you know, what I'm throwing fluke on. I used to start off with a spinning rod with fluorocarbon leader and, you know, braid, but now I'm just throwing straight braid because the areas I'm fishing this thing and because I've got so much confidence in it. I'm just fishing these heavier reeds and these heavier grass mats. I got to be able to winch these fish out of here. So, but it's pretty easy to work. I mean, just cast it out, let it sink a little bit, and just work it like a jerk bait. You can get it right on the surface. You can slowly jerk it just subsurface. You know, so far the fish have wanted it pretty aggressive. So I've just been working it like a subsurface kind of jerk bait. And this grass, these reeds, I should say. Like I said, the wind died down a little bit, so makes it a little bit easier for those fish to key in on this because it doesn't have any, you know, blades or anything like the slobber knocker. So again, just another alternative to throwing a frog. Last year we threw a jerk, you know, fluke style baits pretty much all summer. Caught more fish on these than we did frogs, but I think there's just sometimes it's a different profile than what people are throwing. Looks a little bit different. I think especially in northern Michigan, there's a lot of dragonflies that hatch where I fish, or that you can see the bass come airborne for dragonflies. And I think it's got that same shape as a dragonfly. So when the fish see it, it looks like one, I guess. And then, yeah, it's pink. I know there's nothing that they eat that's pink. I mean, maybe there's some red dragonflies, but doesn't look like a dragonfly as far as color goes, but whatever. They seem to love it. Holy crap. Oh man, I don't know what that is, if that's a muskie or what that is, but that is a big fish. Whew, son. That was a tank. Dang. It's a pike. Got him. Oh, that's a nice, oh man. Crap. Dang it. That was a big pike. But of course, my hook was exposed when he hit, and he hung it on a reed. Dang it, that was a big one. There's a little guy. Switched up to slobber knocker. Get a little bit windier. So, little guy, he'll fine. He'll click. Oh. I found where all the pike live. This is like pike number 4 in this spot. Jeez. So literally I've made 4 casts up here and caught 4 pike. So I had one cut me off. It's not a bad size one. He has got leeches and stuff everywhere, and he is gonna slime up the boat, and we're just gonna get him out of the water. Bring him out in the water. There we go. Jeez. That's only 4 pike right here. That's crazy. And they are chewing the slobber knocker. My hope is that there's some bass in here. Pike. We choked that one. Well, these guys are all scarred up. Plane taking off. Man, there's a lot of pike up here. Holy crap. That's like number 5. They're fun to catch. Oh man, feels like another northern. Yep, another northern. Plenty of them in here. Let's call this place Pike Cove or something. Another one. Ugh. Well, they have to just be getting done spawning or something. They're beat up. Woo! All right, so even with braid, you get bit off. So had a big pike eat my power jerk shad. So up here in a new area that Dylan told me about. So him and his dad have caught quite a few largemouth up here. So missed one big one, I think, on a frog in that back corner, of course. Absolutely train wrecked my pink lemonade Guggen frog, but couldn't get him. So yeah, not sure what to expect in here. Only got a couple hours left before I'm gonna hit the road because there's gonna be a pretty good rainstorm coming. So, but it's been a good day. Caught a ton of pike, a bunch of largemouth. Caught more pike in the last, I don't know, 2 hours than I have anything. But always fun to catch. And the pike are thick in here. Boy, he's got something wrong with him too. Yeesh. I'm just gonna leave him outside the boat. He's got a lamprey spot or something on him. Oh, come on. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I had him. He was way back there. There we go. Come on. Come on, Big Daddy. That's what I'm talking about. There, finally. My very first Lake St. Clair frog fish. First frog fish of the year. Got a kink in him on a pink lemonade Guggen filthy frog. Frog fishing started. I love it. It's early June. Let's go. Got a weird kink in him, but choked it. You can't tell me that fish didn't want that frog all the way down the gullet. All right, feels good to get the first frog fish of the year on finally, after missing about 3 or 4. See if we can't get a few more. Man, I love that. Probably the very first ever bass caught on a Guggenpink Lemonade Filthy Frog. Why is that? On St. Clair. Sorry, on St. Clair. Why is it? Because I got to make them. Nobody makes a pink lemonade frog. I still can see the all pink one better, but figure I switched it up a little bit. Go with the pink lemonade. I can just see this a whole lot better than a green or brown frog, which they work. Don't get me wrong, but it's a lot funner to catch them on a frog that you custom colored yourself. My personal opinion. They seem to be more out in the open. They don't seem to be like way tucked back in the reeds like when it's sunny out. Because man, when it's sunny in the summer and it's hot, they get way back. Another reason why I like these bright colored frogs is because when you cast them way back in that stuff, you got to be able to see them, because see that frog, because you can hear them hit it sometimes, but like I said, it's just hard to see those more natural, lighter colored frogs in this really, really heavy stuff. And I am using 80-pound pink python Beyond Braid. I bumped it up from the 60 or 65 last year. I got sick and tired of bowfin and big northern eating my frogs, so I bumped up to this 80-pound and figured, you know what, if a big bowfin or a northern take my frog and they eat through 80-pound braid, there's just nothing I can do. It's just gonna happen, it's gonna happen, so. And I got this on my Vengeance, I think it's called. A Boo Garcia rod. It's a 7'6" heavy. And then I got it hooked up to a Revo Rocket. And man, does this reel buzz through the water. Ah, he just had the tail. He didn't actually have it. He took it under, but he didn't have it in his mouth. All right, well, I think that's gonna wrap up today's adventure here on Lake St. Clair. So really good day, actually. You know, hopefully after you guys watch this video, you've got a little bit better idea what some of the potential is in these reeds when it's windy and maybe you can't focus on the smallmouth. I wanted to go fish smallmouth today, but I saw the wind is gonna be blowing out of the northeast at 15 to 20. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do some exploring, go to some areas I've never been to, and try to catch some bass. So first area that I went to definitely held quite a bit of fish. You know, caught a really nice smallmouth on that Berkley Slobber Knocker, missed an absolute tank. Lost some big pike, caught some decent sized largemouth bass. And then this is an area that Dylan told me about, so big shout out to Dylan and Grow from Extreme Outdoorsman for telling me about this spot where him and his dad have been coming to catch some largemouth, and the frog bite's definitely going to heat up. Water temperature is still a little cool, about actually no, it's 69 degrees in here. This is the warmest water I've found. Main lake and the river water is about 61 degrees, so I think that's why they're hitting the frog. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Again, my name is Jay Ball with Blue Days Outdoors. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me hit my first 5,000 subscribers. I'm trying to do that before the end of 2023. So I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And yeah, see you the next time. And hopefully we can get on another good frog bite this summer and see if we can't break some PBs. You guys have a good one. Thanks again for watching. And remember, the easiest way to change your attitude is by showing gratitude. We'll see you next time.